5'11" senior from Pasco, Coco Gall. At center, number 42, a 5'11" junior from Nampa, Idaho, Raquel Jardine. At guard, number 10, a 5'8" junior from Moses Lake, McKenna Walker. And at guard, number 22, a 5'6" senior from Twin Falls, Idaho, Katie Harris. And now fans, get on your feet for your Seattle Pacific University Falcons! The head coach of the Falcons is Julie Heisey, assisted by Mike Simonson, Susanna Wilson, and Sasha Anderson. At forward, number 13, a 5'10" senior from Normandy Park, Jordan McPhee. At forward, number 21, a 6' senior from Linden, Courtney Hollander. At center, number 15, a 6'2" senior from Linwood, Julia Hayman. At guard, number 10, a 5'8" senior from Sammamish, Rachel Shen. And at guard, number 22, a 5'8" senior from Spokane, Lindsay Lee.
And a very good evening to you, everybody, and welcome inside the campus of Seattle Pacific University and Royal Brome Pavilion in downtown Seattle. This is Tom Gionola here with you. As tonight, we have some GNAC women's basketball for you. It's the SPU Falcons, the SPU Women, and the Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks. Formerly they were the Crusaders, now they're the Nighthawks. The Falcons come into this game 9-2 overall in the year, 3-1 in GNAC competition. And for the Nighthawks, they are 7-2 overall, 3-1 in the GNAC. Falcons are going to be in the whites tonight. Northwest Nazarene in the black jerseys. Falcons in this first half will go from left to right on your screen. And for the Crusaders, or beg pardon, the Nighthawks, we'll have to get used to that. The Nighthawks, they'll be going from right to left on your screen. And Julia Haining can't win the tip. It gets into the hands of McKenna Walker instead for Northwest Nazarene, and that's how this game starts. And we get a whistle here almost immediately, 4 seconds into the game. And I don't know what they stopped the game for, but I guess we're going to have another inbound from the side. Do not know what this stoppage is about. We're still waiting. Here we go with the inbounds. After a brief delay, and now they give it over to Raquel Jardine. And she gives it to Katie Merritt, left side. Merritt against McPhee, gives it over to Jardine. Jardine with the right hand, can't make it against Haining, and Haining gets the rebound, and now Shim in transition. Delivers it to McPhee. McPhee with it, right side, now Shim. Now McPhee with it. McPhee against Walker. Lee has it now near the top of the circle. Now Haining driving right, going up, layup no good, rebound tip into the hands of Jardine. The Falcons on the floor to start out this quarter. It's Rachel Shim, Jordan McPhee, Julia Haining, Courtney Hollander, Lindsay Lee. For the Nighthawks of Northwest Nazarene, it's Lexi Tubbs, McKenna Walker, Katie Merritt, Raquel Jardine, and Coco Gall. That's Gall right now, number 44 with the ball, heading to the left. 9 to shoot. Ball gets into the hands of Merritt. After it was knocked out initially by McPhee, they work it to the right. To Tubbs, and the three-pointer is good. Walker's going to get credit for the assist, and it's 3-0 in favor of the Nighthawks. And now it's Shim with it to the left corner. Lee inside Haining, posts up left hand, good off the glass. 3-2 the score. Falcons on the board for the first time. Walker. To Coco Gall, right side. As she comes across the timeline. Bounces to Walker. Walker near the top of the circle, giving it to Merritt in the corner. Merritt heading to her right. Going for three, and she got it. So 2 trays here early on for the Crusaders, or the Nighthawks, excuse me, put them up 6-2. Hollander with the ball to McPhee, and now she gives it to Haining, and Hollander. Right side, top of the circle, she goes to Lee, and Lee hits it from deep. Lindsay Lee gets the Falcons within 1, 6-5. Lexi Tubbs with the ball now. Tubbs being guarded by Lee, and that ball poked out of there and stolen by Haining. And some nice defense by Lee forced the bad pass, and driving right as Shim in transition, goes up, caught it in the foul. Rachel Shim puts it in, and the Falcons lead at 7-6 over Northwest Nazarene. Foul going on Walker that time. That's going to be her first personal, first of the quarter on Northwest Nazarene. And off to the line is Shim, and she will shoot 1. Shim makes the free throw, and it's 8-6. The Falcons up by 2. And now this is Tubbs. Right side, and they force a tie-up. Falcons get the ball. Nice job there by Lindsay Lee to get that done. The alternating possession rule gives the Falcons the ball. Now Hollander inbounds. Goes to Shim. Shim hustling into the front court. Shim goes to the corner, and now it's Lee. And now McPhee driving left. That ball knocked free by Jardine. Nice block shot by her, and now Merritt. Across the timeline. That ball is picked off. Hollander read it perfectly, and she lays in with the left hand. So Courtney Hollander steals 2 points for the Falcons, and now a whistle here, and a timeout. So the Falcons, with 8 unanswered right now, forces Northwest Nazarene to use their first timeout. 10-6, Falcons lead. We'll be back in a moment. All right, following the timeout for Northwest Nazarene, 10-6. The Falcons on top of the Crusaders. Getting set for an inbounding play here. And that ball is delivered to Tubbs. 6:47 to play, first quarter. And now this is Jardine heading a step in to the left, no good. Well defended by Haining, but the loose ball picked up by Walker. And Walker scores for the Nighthawks, and that gets it within 10-8. Now the ball's poked free and then picked up by Gall. And now Walker delivers it to Tubbs for the lead. For 3, no good. Loose ball on the floor near the free throw line. And Julia Haining just takes it right away from Jardine, who was diving on the floor. Shim in transition, bounces to McPhee on a 2-on-1 against Tubbs. And that delivers the points to the Falcons. 12-8 the score now. Tubbs with the ball, front court, and she lost control of it for a moment, but it gets to Jardine. Now she passes left to Walker, over to Tubbs, and now Jardine into the corner against Haining, posting up, Fakes, gets it inside to Tubbs on the other side, no good, and the rebound to Haney. Back the other way, Lee, cross-court pass. It is caught by McPhee, but a little too far of a pass for her to get the basket. She tried to kick it out, and it's picked off by Walker. And now Tubbs with it. Tubbs in transition, going up, can't draw the foul on Lee, and Lee gets the loose ball. And now it's Shim with it. Good defense by Lee. Shim being double teamed, so she'll find Lee. Now Haney, Hollander. Lee for three. Rims out, rebound Haney, and now it's Hollander for three, and that's short. And that ball will get over to Gall, and I think we're going to get a foul on Haney for a little bit of a shove from behind. Foul that time going on Haney. And that's her first personal foul. First foul on the Falcons. Got some substitutions here, so we'll straighten that out for you in just a moment. Walker with the ball right now. Right now for the Falcons, Jaylee Albert is in. Erica Pagano is in for Shim and Haney. For the Nighthawks, you have Baez in, along with Avery Albrecht. They check in for Tubbs and Merritt, respectively. And we're going to get a foul underneath here. Looks like it was on Pagano in the post. A blocking foul on her, and that's going to be the team's second foul of the quarter. So two shots coming up, and it's going to be Jardine who will take the free throws this time around for the Nighthawks. And the first free throw on the way, good with the left hand for Jardine. 12-9 the score. Second free throw coming up from the southpaw, and it's going to rim in, and it is 12-10. So the Falcons up by 2, and now here's McPhee heading across the timeline up against Baez. And now it's McPhee who bounces to Pagano. Pagano, top of the key, touch pass inside. McPhee heads to the corner, open is Albert. This is a deep two. If it goes in, no it doesn't, and the rebound gets into the hands of Baez. Now here is Gall with it. Gall is going to hand it off. Baez takes it for the Crusaders, or the Nighthawks, excuse me. Still getting used to that. And now Baez. Gall, three-pointer for Walker, no good. Gets into the hands of Albrecht. And inside it's Gall who lays it up and in off the glass. So 12-12. And now it's Albert with the ball, backcourt. Out to McPhee, ball poked out of her hand. Out of bounds, last touch off Jardine. And the Nighthawks. Falcons take over, keep possession. And now for the Nighthawks, you have a couple substitutions along with the Falcons as Pagano inbounds to Haney. Now Pagano bounces to Albert. To Haney, bouncer to Pagano. Pagano turns around, inside, scores. Falcons have the lead. Haney and Haley Bennett in for the Falcons, by the way, with McPhee and Hollander checking out. Daniel Jardine in for the Nighthawks. And Baez hits a two here to tie it up, 14-all. Haley Bennett with the ball here for the Falcons. Gets it to Haney, and that one blocked away. It was short in the loose ball grab by Raquel Jardine. Baez with it. Bouncer here. Three-pointer up on the way, and that's good for Albrecht. Avery Albrecht hits it to put the Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks up by 3. And now we're going to get another substitution. Coco Gall checks in for Raquel Jardine, and now Rachel Shim checks in for Lindsay Lee on the Falcons side. Inbounds coming up here. Pagano will deliver the ball to Albert. Albert in the backcourt being double teamed, gives it to Pagano. Out to Bennett. Bennett to Albert. Over to Haney. Hands it off. Shim. Spins around, trying to get away from Gall. She delivered it to the corner, and now it goes to Shim, who got it back from Bennett, and Shim from mid-range hits it. 17-16, Falcons within one. Competitive first quarter so far between these two in-conference foes, and now Haining steals the pass. She goes in transition, lays it in, and gives the Falcons the lead. Nice job by Haining to take that ball away. She's got 4 points now in this first quarter, 18-17. Gall with it, and over to Albrecht. Albrecht fighting off the defender, and she lays it in. Shim was the closest defender to the ball, and it's 19-18. Nighthawks by one. Outlet pass. Bennett has it, but she can't find anywhere to throw the ball, and she kicks it out to Albrecht instead. A turnover for the Falcons, and now we're going to have a foul as Walker went down on the floor. Looks like this is going to be a foul on Bennett. And that's going to be Bennett's first personal foul, third on the Falcons. As Tubbs checks in for the Nighthawks. And also you've got, for the Falcons, you've got Hollander and McPhee checking in for Pagano and Bennett. Inbounds pass coming up here from the baseline. It's just a quick handoff from Valles to Tubbs. Shot goes in and out, but she's fouled on the way up. 2 shots for her coming up. Foul that time going on Albert, and that's going to be her first personal. And the fourth on the Falcons in this quarter. So Northwest Nazarene 1 foul away from being in the bonus, 1 Falcon foul away from being in the bonus. 2 shots for Tubbs here. The first free throw rims out. Tubbs came into this game struggling with her free throw shooting, 15 of 22 overall in the year. Second free throw coming up. It's going to be up and good, and it is 20-18. Hollander inbounds to Shim, out to McPhee. McPhee hands it off to Shim. Shim playing quarterback, directing traffic. And now a whistle here as Albert has the ball, and we're going to get a foul. Danielle Jardine called for the foul. That's her first personal, second team foul of the quarter. It comes with 1:41 to play in quarter number 1. They're getting inbounds here, and it gets into the hands of Albert. Jaylee Albert to McPhee, to Haining, hands off. McPhee coming in, can't scoop and score. Good defense there by Albrecht, and Albrecht comes away with a loose ball in the high post. In transition goes to Valles. Valles with it. Passes right, they tried the 3, and it's short. That was Tubbs who took the shot, and now here comes McPhee in transition, going up, fakes out the defender, can't make it, gets the rebound, ball poked free for her, but not cleanly there by Valles. And the Falcons are going to head to the free throw line. Foul is on Jardine, and that's her second. Danielle Jardine called for the foul. Third on the Crusader, or the Nighthawks in this quarter. First shot from McPhee, no good from the free throw line. So Carly Ratosh checks in for the Falcons, in for Haining. Danielle Jardine with her 2 fouls checks out of the game. Carly Parker in the game for the first time for Northwest Nazarene. Parker, a 5'9" junior from Pocatello, Idaho. Second free throw, no good. So the Falcons go 0 for 2 from the free throw line this time around. They still trail by 2. And driving toward the baseline there was Albrecht, and she's fouled. Now get the Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks into the bonus. Foul that time is on Shim, and that's her first personal. 5th foul on the Falcons, although there's only 59.6 seconds to play in quarter number 1. So not necessarily the end of the world there. They could be in the bonus right now. First free throw up and good for Albrecht. As Katie Merritt checks in for Northwest Nazarene. She checks in for Valles. Second free throw coming up here. Albrecht makes it, and it's a 4-point lead. And now Lindsay Lee checks in for the Falcons. Jaylee Albrecht sits out. Inbounds coming up here. Hollander going to Shim. Shim directing traffic. She'll be the one that takes it across the timeline. Less than a minute to play first quarter. And now it's McPhee. Out to Shim. Shim against Tubbs. Ratosh. And they work it to McPhee, and then they get it back to Lindsay Lee, and now it's going to be Shim for three from the top of the circle. No good. Ball poke free. Gets back to McPhee, and she lays it in high off the glass. 22-20. Falcons within two. Shot clock is off. Katie Merritt with the ball. Out to Albrecht. Northwest Nazarene wants to move fast, and Albrecht floats one in from short range. 24-20. Falcons have 10 seconds left to shoot this ball. Shim with 7, 6, 5. Got to be mindful of the time. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. McPhee gets it away. No good. Quarter's over. So competitive first period here from Royal Brome Pavilion, but the Falcons trail by 4 to Northwest Nazarene, 24-20. We'll be back for the second quarter in just a moment. Ready to start the second quarter of play between the Falcons and the Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks. Score is 24-20 Northwest Nazarene. Going from right to left on your screen. Falcons going from left to right. Falcons in the white jerseys. Northwest Nazarene in the black. Parker with the ball, and she gives it over to Merritt. And now it's Raquel Jardine who kicks it out to Albrecht. Albrecht top of the circle, 13 to shoot, gives it to Merritt. And now they go inside Jardine, and Raquel Jardine can't make the reverse, and the rebound to Ratosh, and back the other way we go. In transition, it's Lee, stops, gives it to Shim. Shim with the ball, over to Hollander, passes left corner. And Lee gets it back from McPhee. McPhee, Shim, 9 to shoot, coming in. Kicks it out to the corner. McPhee comes in, pulls up, can't make it, and the rebound gets into the hands of Albrecht. Back the other way, Tubbs. Going in transition, can't make it with a left hand. Out of bounds, last touch off Northwest Nazarene. For the Falcons on the floor right now, it's Shim, McPhee, Hollander, Lee, and Ratosh. And for Northwest Nazarene, it's Tubbs, Albrecht, Merritt, Parker, and Raquel Jardine. And now the three-pointer for Lee, and that's in and out. Rebound to Tubbs. In transition. Here comes Parker. Parker right side against Lee. Kicks out to the corner to Albrecht. They almost overthrew the pass. Albrecht recovers, though. She can kick it out to the other side, and the three-pointer in and out for Parker, and the rebound gets into the hands of McPhee. Jordan McPhee with it. To the corner, deep two for Lee, no good. Rebound into the hands of Raquel Jardine. Back the other way now. Merritt with the ball. Against McPhee. Gives it to Tubbs. Now Raquel Jardine posts up against Ratosh. Can't make it. Rebound tip back to Ratosh. Back the other way. Here comes McPhee. McPhee coming in. Ball poke free and stolen away. No foul. Nice steal by Merritt. And now here comes Albrecht. Albrecht to the right. 22 to shoot and counting. Going up against Lee. Bouncer here gets into the hands of Jardine, misses the layup though. The Falcons went for the steal, they couldn't get it. Raquel Jardine had the chance at an easy 2 points, but she didn't score. Break for the Falcons there. No team has scored yet here in the second quarter, and that ball, nice defense there by Jardine to force the turnover. Merritt gets it for Northwest Nazarene, and that ball's blocked in transition by Lee. McPhee also was close by as well, as we get some substitutions here. Riley Evans as well as Julia Haining in for the Falcons. We'll confirm all the substitutions as soon as we have them here. And for the Falcons, you have Evans and Albert and Haining in for Shim, McPhee, and Rutash. For Northwest Nazarene, you have Gall and Baez and Walker in for Merritt, Albrecht, and Parker. Those are the substitutions for both sides. Baez with the ball, 10 to shoot. Now down to 9 and 8 and 7. Baez for 2, no good from the free throw line, and the rebound is able to get into the hands of Hollander somehow. Albert in transition to Riley Evans in the game for the first time. Now Hollander to Albert. Haining with it. Haining inside. Lee lays it in with the left hand. Lindsay Lee scores. Falcons are on the scoreboard for the first time in this quarter. That's the first basket for either team in this quarter, in fact, and the Falcons now trail by just 2. Gall with it, left side. Going to Walker, a whistle here. And I think we're going to get a foul on the Falcons. Foul going on Riley Evans, that's her first. And now Pagano checks in for the Falcons in the game for Hollander. Inbounds pass coming. Baez. Shot on the way for Tubbs. It's good from perimeter range. It went in for her. Going down there on the play was Raquel Jardine, but no foul called. And now here is Albert. Falcons trail by 4. 26-22. Evans passes to the left, and the three-pointer for Albert off target. Loose ball got back into the Falcons' hands, but it went out of bounds. Went out of bounds with 6:05 left in the first half. Looked like it was Haining who was trying to get the rebound there for the Falcons, but she couldn't really corral it. And now we get a substitution for Northwest Nazarene. It's Zoe Westless in the game for the first time. She comes in for Raquel Jardine. Westless is a 5'10 freshman from Council, Idaho. We're ready for an inbound here, or so I would think. Do not know what this delay is about. Everybody's just standing there. Nobody's cleaning anything up either on the floor. It's not like there's a slippery spot that they're trying to mop up here. And now we pick up the action. Baez with it. She got the inbound from Gall there. Now she goes to Westless. Now it's Gall. Over to Baez. Baez for 3, left side. No good against Lee, and the rebound gets into the hands of Jaylee Albert. Albert with the ball. Finds Pagano. Now Lee right side. Lee to Albert. And trying to poke it free was Baez, couldn't do it. Pagano, Evans, 10 to shoot and counting. Ball poked free, but not cleanly by Gall, and that's where the foul will come in. So that'll be the first foul on the Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks in this quarter, and the first foul overall on Gall. And now Pagano will inbound. Haining over to Albert. Albert passes left side. Evans for 3, and she drains it home. Falcons within 1. 26-25. Walker, and having a hard time with the pass was Westless, and Westless ran out of room to try to save that ball. Her foot was on the baseline, and the Falcons get the ball right back. Inbounds pass coming up. Pagano to Albert. Lee. Lee coming into the left. She goes to Albert. 5 minutes left until halftime. Low scoring quarter so far. Just 5 points for the Falcons and 2 for the Nighthawks. Albert to Pagano, turn around, no good. That would have given the Falcons the lead. Rebound to Baez. Baez back the other way. Baez, short handoff to Gall. Gall finding Baez. And top of the circle, heads to the right, whistle here, and she got bumped. As she shot the ball, they're going to count that. I thought for a moment that was going to be continuation, but they count the basket, and that makes it 28-25. And the foul that time going on Haining, and that's going to be her second personal foul, and the second team foul of the quarter on the Falcons. So 28-25, 4:31 to play until halftime. Northwest Nazarene up by 3. They get a free throw when we come out of the timeout. Following the under 5 minute timeout here in the second quarter, free throw time for Marina Baez, and she misses the free throw, and the rebound gets in the hands of Haining. We had a couple substitutions here right before play restarted. Avery Albrecht checks in for the Nighthawks, as you see Hollander missed the 3, and the Nighthawks get the rebound. She checks in for Tubbs. And for the Falcons, Courtney Hollander's in the game for Erica Pagano. And now trying to get inside was Westless, couldn't do it. Ball goes out of bounds after the Falcons knocked the ball away. Northwest Nazarene will keep it. And now Rachel Shim and Jordan McPhee check in for Riley Evans and Jaylee Albert on the Falcons side. And the inbound's coming up here for Baez. 4 minutes left till halftime. Albert with the ball. Albert left corner. Bounces it to Westless. 3 to shoot. 3-pointer on the way. Not even close. And that will be ruled a shot clock violation as Gall shot the ball, didn't hit the rim, and it went out of bounds. So the Falcons will get the ball back here. Another substitution. It's going to be Raquel Jardine, who checks in for Westless. And the inbounds here. Went to Shim originally. Now the Falcons have to figure out a way to get it across the timeline. They're just moving the ball horizontally. They do get it across the timeline with a couple seconds to spare. And now they work it to Shim toward the top of the circle against Albrecht. Shim coming in a couple steps. Now it's Haining. Bounces to Hollander, posts up, makes it with the left hand. Courtney Hollander gets the Falcons within 1. 28-27. Walker going to Baez. And bad pass, and it hit Hollander on the ear, basically. And it gets into the hands of Shim. Courtney Hollander had no idea what was going on. Shim directing traffic, goes to Hollander right side. And now it's Lee, left corner. And McPhee comes in inside, and that ball is blocked away from Hollander. by Coco Gall, and it's out of bounds off the Falcons. So Northwest Nazarene takes over on offense with 2:45 left in half number 1. Falcons still trail by 1. They're winning in this quarter, but only by a score of 7-4. So the box score right now in this second quarter looking more like a baseball game than a basketball game. As Raquel Jardine gets it, posts up, kicks out, Gall hits it. That's a three-pointer from the left side for Gall, and that puts Northwest Nazarene back up by 4. 31-27. Hollander with the ball. McPhee bounces off the foot of Jardine, Raquel Jardine, and now the ball goes to Shim, no basket. Falcons will inbound it instead. And that'll be the second foul in the quarter on Northwest Nazarene. Number 1 overall in Albrecht as Erica Pagano checks in here for Julia Haney. On the Falcons side, 2:01 left before the half. And the inbound's coming, Hollander. So look for a friend, finds Lee over to Pagano. Pagano inside against a double team foul. Third foul of the quarter on Northwest Nazarene. We'll check to see who it's on here. It's going to be on Raquel Jardine, and that'll be her first. And now free throw time. Pagano. 2 shots for her. First shot on the way and good. Pagano came into this game pretty good from the free throw line, 15 of 18, good for 83.3%. Second free throw up and good. And that makes it 31-29. Falcons trailing by just 2. Albert with the ball. Passes horizontally to Baez. Baez coming in, gets it across the timeline. Baez, native of Barcelona, Spain, gets it to Albert, and the ball's loose, and it's picked up by Shim. Back the other way we go. Shim to Hollander. Right side. Gets into the hands of Pagano, and she scoops and scores with the right hand. Tie game 31 all. With 1:22 to play till halftime. Baez hustling. Has a clear lane to the hoop. She can't make the layup though. And the rebound to Lee. Shim with it. Shim goes to an open Lindsay Lee. Hollander is going to go to Pagano on a handoff. Now it gets to McPhee on a handoff. Hollander, right side, 55 to shoot, comes in, kicks out to the corner. Lee for 3, and that's good! And the Falcons take the lead for the first time in this quarter, 34-31. With 42 seconds and counting left till halftime. Here's Baez going against Shim in the front court now. Baez comes in, runner, good, off the glass. Baez now with 6 points off the bench. 34-33. Falcons by 1. They get the last shot of the quarter if that's the road they want to go down here. Shim looking back toward Julie Heisey, asking if the Falcons should take a timeout. And it looks like the indication is play on. And that ball's poked free. Baez had it. Now we get a tie-up. The arrow, though, does favor the Falcons with 6.9 left until the half, so a little bit of a break there for SPU. They still get the last shot of the half. So Baez almost gets the takeaway for Northwest Nazarene. It just didn't happen. 3 seconds left in the half. Shim hands it off. McPhee, and she didn't know how much time was left. Shot was no good anyway. So that's going to be the end of the first half, and the Falcons in the first half up by 1, 34-33, even though they trailed Northwest Nazarene for practically the entire second quarter. The Falcons in this game, they only spent 4 minutes and 37 seconds with the lead, just 23.1% of this game, but they go into recess up 1, 34-33. So we'll come back and pick up our coverage in about 12-13 minutes from now, and we will have some halftime stats as well as some other SPU sports news when we get to that point. So we'll see you in about 12 minutes. Well, back here at Royal Brome Pavilion in Seattle, Washington, the Falcons, they only outscored Northwest Nazarene 14-9 in the second quarter, but it was enough to give them a 34-33 lead at the half, and that's where we stand right now as we get ready to start the third quarter. Tom Giulianella here with you. Let's take a look at some other SPU sports news while we have a minute. The Falcon men's basketball team is on the road tonight, and they tip off in just a few minutes at Alaska Fairbanks. That game tips off at 8 p.m. Pacific time, and then on Saturday, the men visit Alaska Anchorage. That game also tips off at 8 p.m. Pacific. SPU will be home again next Thursday at 7 p.m. against Concordia Portland. The women's basketball team is home again on Saturday night, playing against Central Washington at 7 p.m. right here in Brome Pavilion. The Falcons hit the road next week, visiting Western Washington on Thursday in Bellingham, and Simon Fraser next Saturday in Burnaby, British Columbia. Both of those games start at 7 p.m. The gymnastics season begins next Friday night right here in Brome when UC Davis comes to town. Competition begins at 7 p.m. And finally, the indoor track season gets going next Saturday, January 13th, when SPU takes part in the UW Indoor Preview. That will be at Dempsey Indoor on the University of Washington campus, adjacent to the softball stadium. And a reminder, fans, all the latest news on Seattle Pacific Athletics is just a click away at newly renovated SPUFalcons.com. That's where you can get all the Falcon sports news that you can't get anywhere else on the day it happens at SPUFalcons.com. And a quick look at some halftime stats for you. Leading scorers for the Falcons, nobody in double digits yet. Lindsay Lee has 8, Erica Pagano has 6, but that's basically it as far as leading scorers are concerned. For Northwest Nazarene, you have Avery Albright, who has 9 points, and Marina Baez has 6, Lexi Tubbs has 6, but nobody has double-digit points on either side just yet. And as far as rebounding is concerned, Falcons are leading in that category, 20-16, and they're also leading in the turnover margin category. Northwest Nazarene has 9 turnovers, Falcons have just 5. Falcons right now making their living because of points in the paint, points off turnovers. Falcons with 22 points in the paint compared to just 6 for Northwest Nazarene. Falcons with 13 points off turnovers compared to just 1 for Northwest Nazarene. It's been a close game all the way throughout. Biggest lead for either team has been 4. Northwest Nazarene was up by 4 at one point. Falcons were up by 4 at one point. And we've only had 3 ties and 5 lead changes in this ball game. And for the Falcons, as far as their overall shooting, they were 14 of 31 from the field, 45.2% for them. 3 of 10 from three-point land, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. For Northwest Nazarene, they went 12 of 30 from the field in the first half, good for just 40%. 4 of 10 from three-point land, 5 of 7 from the charity stripe. So, second half coming up right now. Falcons in the white jerseys, Northwest Nazarene, formerly known as the Crusaders. Now they go by the Nighthawks. They're in the black. Northwest Nazarene going from left to right on your screen in this half. Falcons going from right to left, and we get a steal here from Jordan McPhee. Hangs on to it inbounds, and now here's Shim. For the Falcons on the court to start this half, you have Shim, McPhee, Haining, Hollander, and Lee. For the Nighthawks, as you see McPhee lay the ball in with the right hand, and the Falcons lead it by 3, 36-33. For the Nighthawks, you have Tubbs, Walker, Merritt, Raquel Jardine, and Gall in the game right now. Tubbs with it right side, got bumped by Lee, and that's where the foul will come in, I do believe. That's number 1 on the Falcons in this quarter, and it is number 1 overall on Lindsay Lee. Comes with 9 minutes, 11 seconds to play in the quarter. And coming in was Walker, who then gives it to Gall, and that shot is good for deep 2. Coco Gall gets the Nighthawks back within 1, 36-35. Gall with 7 points now. McPhee with the ball left side, going to Haining, and now it's Shim. over to McPhee. McPhee, touch pass inside, Hanning blocked by Gall out of bounds. Falcons will inbound from the baseline with 8 seconds left to shoot once the ball is put back in play. Inbounds here. Lindsay Lee will do the honors. Got to get the ball in 5 seconds or less. And she's going to go to the corner. A fake here. Shim comes in with 5 to shoot, draws the foul, and she'll go to the line. And the foul this time going on Katie Merritt. That's going to be her first personal. And off to the line is Shim. Free throw time for the Falcons. First shot on the way for Shim, no good. So Shim misses the first. Now just 1 of 2 from the free throw line tonight. And make it 2 of 3 as she makes the second free throw. And that makes it 37-35. Falcons by 2 early in the third quarter. McKenna Walker comes in. Ball broken up by Lee out of bounds. Walker tried to shot put the ball to the corner. And they put 22 seconds on the shot clock. 8:21 on the game clock. And now they will inbound from the baseline. And very quick stoppage here. Our referees in this game, for what it's worth, Sydney Mott, Sean Martin, Lee Mullen are their names. And are we having problems with the clock? Well, whatever it is, we're ready to play again. 8:25 left on the clock, 22 on the shot clock and counting. Here in the third quarter. Whistle here as Raquel Jardine had it, and she walked. She walked as she tried to post up, and now the Falcons will inbound. Gets into the hands of Lee. Hollander. Outlet pass, caught Shim. 22 to shoot. Shim. Front court. Side steps to the right. Now it's Hanning, and now inside. Hollander turnaround, good. Courtney Hollander scores. 39-35 the score. Here's Lexi Tubbs. Tubbs front court. Tubbs. McKenna Walker comes in. Lost her footing. Ball goes out of bounds. And the Falcons have the ball. No foul. SPU will inbound. 7:45 to play third period. Shim hustling into the front court. Goes to McPhee. Mid-range shot. It's going to rim out. And the rebound gets into the hands of Tubbs. Back the other way we go. Coco Gall with it. Gall out to Merritt for 3, and that's good. Katie Merritt sinks it from deep, 39-38. And that gets Northwest Nazarene within 1. 6 points for Merritt. Hollander to Shim. Handoff here. McPhee bounces to Lee. Lee to Shim, right side. Over to Hanning, bounces inside, turnaround shot, Hollander, no. Rebound was going to be in the hands of McPhee, but got knocked out of bounds. And it's last touch off the Falcons. The inbound's coming up here for Merritt. And she'll go to Raquel Jardine. Jardine with it. Ball poked free by Shim. And getting it was Jardine on the floor, and a timeout was called. Timeout was called. And the timeout was called by the Crusaders, or the Nighthawks, excuse me, with 6:48 to play in quarter number 3. 39-38, Falcons by 1, and we'll be back. Well, ready to continue on here. 6:49 left in quarter number 3. And that inbounds pass tipped by Haining and stolen by Lee. Falcons get a takeaway. Here's Hollander over to McPhee. McPhee over to Haining. Haining, right corner, three-pointer. Hollander short. And the rebound got back to McPhee, and now she goes to Lee. Deep two, no. Rebound Hollander blocked away on the follow-up attempt by Merritt. Falcons will inbound with 29 to shoot. And now we get a substitution here or two. Albrecht and Baez check in for the Nighthawks. They check in for Walker and Tubbs. You also, for the Falcons, have Pagano coming in for Haining. 6:26 left. Here is Pagano to Hollander. 6:26 left in the quarter and counting. And now the turnaround hook for Pagano is no good, and the rebound tipped into the hands of Baez. Back the other way, Merritt. Baez passes to the left, and now it's Albrecht over to Gall. Gall top of the circle. Passes to the left, three-pointer on the way. That's good. This is Albrecht who scores, and that puts Northwest Nazarene back in the lead, 41-39. Northwest Nazarene so far has won this quarter 8-5. And now it's going to be McPhee over to Shim. A little bit of a low-scoring quarter so far. And now it's Shim over to McPhee. 8 to shoot, now 7. A whistle here. Offensive foul. Offensive foul's the call. That's number 2 on the Falcons in this quarter, the first on Hollander. And now we get substitutions. Danielle Jardine checks in for Raquel Jardine. And looks like J. Lee Albert will check in for Rachel Shim. So the inbounds here as Katie Merritt takes it across the timeline for Northwest Nazarene. Gall delivers it to Walker, and now it's Gall. Gall coming into the left, slashes inside. Now it's going to be Merritt, can't make it. It's short. Follow-up, no good for Albrecht. Loose ball gets into the hands of Hollander. And now the outlet pass, Albert to McPhee. McPhee bounces to Lee, and now it's going to be Hollander. Works it right. They take the open three with Albert. Rims out off the back, and the rebound gets into the hands of Danielle Jardine. Now this is Avery Albrecht coming in. Throws up a tough right hand against McPhee that looked a little forced, couldn't make it. And down on the floor is Danielle Jardine. And we're going to get a foul here. Erica Pagano called for the foul, and that's her second. And also, there was a foul on Danielle Jardine of the Nighthawks, and that was her third. So fouls, a double foul there going on Pagano and Jardine, Danielle Jardine. That's now 3 fouls on the Falcons in this quarter, 2 on Northwest Nazarene. Timeout on the floor inside of 5 minutes to play, third quarter. Score is 41-39. Falcons trailing Northwest Nazarene. .440 left in the third quarter. Score is 41-39. Northwest Nazarene in the lead. Following the double foul on the floor on both Pagano and Danielle Jardine. The Falcons inbound, and now they got to get across the timeline. Pagano will be the one that does that after getting the pass from Lee, and now it's going to be Albert with it. 4:25 and counting left, third quarter. Falcons trail by 2. Albert with the ball, and now it's going to be Lee who has it poked free, 6 to shoot. Good defense there by Katie Merritt. Now driving right, Hollander goes up, forces it up with 1 on the clock. Offensive foul's the call. Hollander tried to draw the foul herself, but she gets called for it. And that's going to be the second foul on Hollander. Overall, 4th in the quarter on the Falcons. And the Falcons are 1 foul away from being in the penalty. Baez with it. Baez, right side, slightly to the right, but really at the top of the circle. And Merritt tried the shot here, and that's no good, as Ratosh gets the rebound in the game for the Falcons. It was Albert who missed the jumper. Now on the other end, it's going to be in transition. Baez who scores for Northwest Nazarene, and that puts them up by 4, matching their biggest lead of the game. Now this is going to be Lee over to Albert. Pagano gives it over to Lee. Ball poked free by Katie Merritt and then stolen away by Gall. And now here's Baez. Nighthawks trying to add on to their lead. Baez coming in, shot from the free throw line range, no good. Rebound gets into the hands of Gall though, and she lays it in with the left hand. Falcons need to take a timeout to try to settle things down. They've been a little bit uneven the last couple minutes, and they trail by 6, 45-39 with 3:04 left, third quarter. Inbounds pass coming up here. But first, some substitutions to tell you about. Lexi Tubbs and Carly Parker in for Northwest Nazarene for Merritt and Gall. And for the Falcons, Jordan McPhee and Riley Evans checking the game for Hollander and Lee. And ball going out of bounds this time around. Falcons will inbound. 21 to shoot. Inbounds. Coming up here, now Rachel Shim is going to check in. Evans will check out. And now here we go. Ready for play here, and Pagano finds Shim. Ball knocked out, and gets into the hands of Tubbs, and they force a tie-up. And maybe even a foul. They actually call a foul on Shim, and that's going to be her second, 5th on the Falcons. And they'll call it an offensive foul, so no free throws here for Northwest Nazarene, even though they're in the bonus. Or check that, no, they're going to go right to the free throw line. They're going to say loose ball foul. So 2 free throws coming up here for Tubbs. 5'11" senior from Turlock, California. First free throw coming of 2, and that's going to be good. So that makes it a 7-point game, biggest lead of the night so far for Northwest Nazarene. Tubbs now 2 of 3 from the charity stripe, 7 points for her overall, make it 3 of 4, and 8 points for her overall. And it's 47-39. Falcons have work to do on the offensive end. McPhee passes it, she falls down to Shim. Shim with the ball. Ratosh And now it's going to be Albert. Shim. It's going to kick it out, and it's caught by McPhee. McPhee going up. Offensive foul again. So the Falcons struggling with those offensive fouls. I think that's about 3 for them in this period. As nearest I can count. The foul this time going on McPhee, her first overall. And now it's Haining and Hollander who check in for Pagano and Ratash. Inbounds pass coming up here. It's in the hands of Carly Parker. Parker. And they hand it off to Albrecht. Albrecht coming in, going up. And I think we're going to get an offensive foul this time. That shot won't count. Albrecht's called for the foul, her second. And the third on the Nighthawks in this half. As Lindsay Lee checks in for Jordan McPhee on the SPU side. And the inbound here going to Albert. Albert being double teamed and trapped goes to Hollander. Now it's Shim. Quick pass to Lee. Now it's going to be Shim. Lee, 18 to shoot. Loose ball as Haining gets knocked down, and that's going to be a foul on the Nighthawks. That's number 4 on them in the quarter. Number 1 on Parker. And the inbounds here. Stolen away by Baez. Lee threw it right to her. Baez. Out there to Parker. Bounces it to Danielle Jardine, right hand. No. Rebound. Haining. Ball poked free. Out of bounds. Last touch off the Nighthawks. And now we're timeout. Falcons want time. 30-second timeout for the Falcons. We'll be back in 30 seconds. They trail 47-39 with 1:39 left, third quarter. Ready for the inbounds here, and now it's Albert with it for the Falcons. Hollander, Shim. Falcons with 2 timeouts left now, and Northwest Nazarene with 2. Albert to lead, a Hollander left corner. Haining, 10 to shoot, Shim. Albert, Lee for 3, and that's no good off the front iron, and the rebound gets into the hands of Hollander. McPhee with the ball, posting up, turnaround, right hand, short. And the rebound into the hands of Danielle Jardine, and now a foul on the Falcons. And that will get Northwest Nazarene to the free throw line. So the foul here is going to go on Lindsay Lee of the Falcons, and that's her second. Falcons already in the penalty. And 2 free throws coming up here for Danielle Jardine, 5'11" junior from Nampa, Idaho. The home of Northwest Nazarene University. And the first free throw on the way is going to be no good off the back iron. Jardine just a 21 of 30 free throw shooter this year, 70%. Going into this game. Her team up by 8 right now, and they now go up by 9. Falcons have gone cold on the offensive end in this quarter. They've gotten outscored 15-5. And now it's Albert hustling. Bounces here. It gets to Lee. Almost stolen away, though, by Albrecht. And now it's Shim. Haining, 12 to shoot. They threw it inside toward Hollander. Pass is broken up by Parker, but I think we're going to get a foul on Parker. Parker had her arm locked up with Hollander, and Parker's going to get called for her second personal foul. That's number 5 on the Nighthawks in this quarter. So Hollander will go to the line. She'll shoot 2. First shot on the way is going to rim in, and the Falcons trail 48-40. Haley Bennett checks in now for the Falcons for Jaylee Albert. And for the Nighthawks, Albrecht and Danielle Jardine take a seat. And Coco Gall, Caitlin Merritt check in. Our second free throw up and good for Hollander, and that makes it 48-41. Gets the Falcons within 7. Hollander going 2 for 2 from the free throw line that time. She's got 8. And that pass gets into the hands of Parker from Baez. Now Tubbs, Baez, left side, 13 to shoot, now 12. Baez comes in, fakes, goes up from the free throw line short. Good defense by Shim. Here comes Haley Bennett in transition. Ball caught by Shim. Shot clock is off for the Falcons, 12 seconds left in the quarter. Hollander hands off. Shim. 6 seconds, 5, 4, 3, inside. Hollander right hand, too strong. Engel gets it off, and it's good! Nice heads-up play by Julia Haining underneath to clean up that shot inside. She's got 6, and that gets the Falcons back within 5. I think they'll check the monitor just to make sure they got the shot off in time, but it looked like, to me at least, that Haining scored and got that ball out of her hand before the red light came on. So this will be a 48-43 game with the Falcons down by 5 if this shot stands up. Falcons really struggled in that quarter. This shot by Haining stands. They're going to end up having only scored 9 in the third quarter. But it's still a winnable ball game for them as they're down just 5 with 10 minutes left to play. They're walking away from the scorers table. 2 of the officials are. And I think this is going to stand up. The officials are conferencing right now. I didn't really see a signal or an announcement that was made saying whether the shot was good or not. I think they're just going to leave this call alone. So the Falcons are going to be down 48-43 with 1 quarter to go, and they just made the announcement over the PA system that the shot by Haining did beat the buzzer. So the Falcons are down just 5 with 1 quarter to play, and now they got work to do on the offensive end. Just 19, or make it 23 points for them in the last 2 quarters of play. And it looks like they're going to do this inbounds pass over again. Nobody was ready yet. And now away we go. With 9:56 reading on the game clock, 26 on the shot clock. Now we're off and running. Shim. Bouncer to Hollander. Top of the circle. Comes in. Now it's going to be Lee over to Haining, and now coming in along the baseline is Hollander. Kicks out. Bennett comes in, mid-range, rims out. Rebound Hollander, can't get the tap. Falcons get the rebound though. Haining saves it, kicks out to Lee. Bennett to Shim now. And now Lee to Hollander inside. No, Hollander gets it back, blocked away. Baez, I think, got her hand on it. And that ball gets into the hands of Bennett. Falcons doing a good job saving possession for themselves. It was Gall who actually got credit for the block for Northwest Nazarene that time. 15 to shoot. Bennett coming in. Offensive foul. Another one on the Falcons. And they have just had too many offensive fouls go against them in this half. Foul this time going on Shim, her third. First on the Falcons in this quarter. Now it's Baez with the ball. Baez over there to Parker, and now it's going to be Merritt over to Baez. Baez coming in. Kicks out. Parker. Now Baez. Baez top of the key going up. Shot from the free throw line. That's good. And it's a 7-point lead for Northwest Nazarene, 50-43. And now a whistle here out of bounds. Last touch off Northwest Nazarene. Substitutions here. Raquel Jardine and Avery Albrecht check in for the Crusaders. They check in for Parker and Baez. 8:21 left. Here is Shim with the ball. Now it's going to be Hollander. Lost the ball. Last touch off Merritt as she poked it free. Falcons will inbound with 15 to shoot. Hollander's going to inbound. And Hollander going to Haining right corner. 13 seconds left. 12, 11, 10. Hollander got to find something to do with that ball. Comes in along the baseline. 3 seconds, and she can't get any turnaround shot off. But the ball gets into the hands of Lee off a steal. Now Haining lost the ball out of bounds off her hand. McPhee checks in for Lee with 7:48 to play. Steve Steele, the head coach of Northwest Nazarene in his second year on the job, looking to get his first career win against the Falcons. 12-15 is his career record right now. And a whistle here, and we have a turnover for Northwest Nazarene. Merritt credited with the turnover, didn't see what the call was. And now Tubbs checks in for Walker on the Northwest Nazarene side. Albert and Lee check in for Bennett and Shim on the Falcon side. And I think Pagano wants to come into the game as well. She will come into the game for Haining with 7:38 to play. Falcons have got some work to do on the offensive side. Right now, SPU just shooting 17 of 50 from the field, just 34% overall. A foul here on the Nighthawks, Katie Merritt, and that's going to be her second. First of the quarter on the Nighthawks with 7:36 to go. Now it's going to be McPhee with it. Over to Lee to Hollander. Albert. McPhee coming in. Albert. 15 to shoot. McPhee, 12. Pagano bumped, and she's fouled with 10 on the clock. 30 seconds on the shot clock now for the Falcons to work with. The foul here going on Raquel Jardine. Her second. Second on the Nighthawks in this quarter. Now Hollander, Pagano goes to the corner. Three-pointer on the way. Good! Jaylee Albert scores. And maybe that's just what the Falcons needed to wake them up offensively. They're down 50-46. This is still very much a ball game, as cold as the Falcons have been from the field tonight. That ball almost stolen by McPhee, out of bounds. Last touch off Katie Merritt. Nice job by the Falcons to force the turnover there. Steve Steele can't believe the call. And now Hollander will check out, and Ratosh will check in, and Pagano will inbound on the Falcons end of things. Pagano going to Albert. 27 seconds on the shot clock and counting. Albert's got to get it across the timeline. She does with time to spare. They go inside, reverse McPhee. Yes! Jordan McPhee scores. Falcons needed that one. They're starting to show a little bit of life offensively. 50-48 now. Gall. Jardine, Raquel Jardine against Ratash. Biggs goes up, scores. That puts Northwest Nazarene back up by 4. 52-48, lead. Going to Albert. Albert finds McPhee coming in. Going to Pagano. Ball poked free. Albert gets it. Kind of shoves aside Walker, but no foul. A whistle here. We get a foul with 10 seconds to shoot on the shot clock, and it's going to go on the Nighthawks. It's going to go on Merritt, her third, and it will result in free throws. They called a shooting foul as McPhee will go to the line now. 2 shots. First shot up and no good off the back iron. Quick substitution here. Daniel Jardine in. Coco Gall out for Northwest Nazarene. Second free throw coming up here for McPhee. Falcons trying to get within 3. And they make it a 1-possession game, 52-49. And for McPhee, she's now 1 of 4 from the charity stripe. A whistle here. As Walker had the ball last, and a foul is called on the Falcons. Blocking foul. It's going to go on Ratash, and that's her first. Second on the Falcons in this quarter. Inbounds coming from the baseline. And it was Merritt who inbounded it over to Danielle Jardine. Now it's Walker. Passes toward Merritt, who goes against McPhee. And now it's Danielle Jardine. They take an open 3 with Albrecht, no good, and the rebound gets into the hands of McPhee. Back the other way we go. At least McPhee's got to get out of the trap, and she lost the ball. She threw it right to Walker, and then the loose ball was picked up by Jardine. Danielle Jardine, shot for Walker's off target. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch off the Nighthawks. Falcons will get it with 5:17 to go, down by 3. Both teams have not shot the ball particularly well in this game. Northwest Nazarene just 19 of 46 from the field, 41.3%. Falcons 19 of 52, 36.5%. And now Albert kicks out. Shot from just to the right of the free throw line from McPhee's no good. Rebound to Raquel Jardine. Back the other way we go. Merritt over to Albrecht. Albrecht against Albert. Ball loose, but then picked up again by Albrecht. Bounces to Raquel Jardine. Now quick move to the left. And there's the score for Danielle Jardine with a right hand. Nighthawks by 5. Less than 5 minutes to play. Lead to McPhee. They went for the pass. Raquel Jardine didn't get it. And with one less defender on the floor, it's Ratash who lays it in, but it's vetoed because it's an offensive foul. An offensive foul is the call. It's on McPhee, and that's her second. Third on the Falcons in this quarter. My goodness. Falcons have gotten a lot of fouls go against them in this quarter and in this half on the offensive side. Timeout on the floor, less than 5 minutes to play. Falcons down 5, 54-49. 4:38 left. Falcons down 5, 54-49, and following the offensive foul on McPhee. We're going to inbounds here. It's Danielle Jardine who just hands it off to Valles. Marina Valles, front court. Hands it off. Gall. Now Albrecht fakes. Danielle Jardine turnaround. No. Ball out of bounds. And I think this is going to go to Northwest Nazarene. Everybody ready to play some half court. 12 seconds to shoot. Inbounds here. Gets into the hands of Gall, who instantly scores for the Nighthawks, and they lead by 7. Now Shim in the front court for the Falcons. They need an offensive spark and fast. 56-49, 4 minutes to play. Hollander posting up, right hand, no! Well defended, and the loose ball gets into the hands of Danielle Jardine. And now Valles against Albert. Valles coming in to the left against Albert. Now driving right, Walker, no! Rebound into the hands of Danielle Jardine, kicks it out to Valles. Then Shim. Coming into the left, going up, whistle. Foul. Or no, it's going, well, it is a foul, but it's going the other way. It's going to go on Northwest Nazarene. That's the 4th on Danielle Jardine. And now a timeout's going to be called by the Falcons. One of their 2 remaining timeouts with 3:23 to go. Score right now is 56-49, Northwest Nazarene. Ready to continue on following the brief timeout by the Falcons, 56-49. SPU with 3:23 left, trails by 7. Here's McPhee. Lost the ball, gets it back before it goes out of bounds. McPhee, Shim, bounces in transition, and Haining gets the layup with the left hand. Julia Haining scores, and that gets the Falcons within 5. Albrecht to Danielle Jardine. Valles. Short pass to Gall. And now this is Albrecht. Now Valles, top of the circle, trying to get away from McPhee. Coming in. Throws it over to Walker in the right corner, and the ball bobbled away by Danielle Jardine out of bounds. Right now, when we check out Tubbs coming in here for Walker on the Northwest Nazarene side. Before that, we had some substitutions. Jordan McPhee, Julia Haining in for the Falcons. Courtney Hollander, Jaylee Albert out. And now the inbounds to Shim. To McPhee, got to get across the timeline, and they do with the throw to Haining. And now it's going to be McPhee coming in. Inside, Pagano, maybe, yes, left hand is good. Off the glass and in. Falcons within 3. Well, we saw the men pull off an impressive late game comeback when they were down 9 with less than 4 minutes left against Simon Fraser on Saturday night. Then the women do it here against Northwest Nazarene here on a Thursday night. 2:10 left. Valles with it. Over to Albrecht. Falcons down by 3. They need to stop, and they need points. Coco Gall with 8 to shoot against Pagano. They pass it to the left. Valles thought about taking a 3, didn't want to. Now takes a 2, no good against Lee. Rebound tipped into the hands of Pagano. Back the other way. Shim with the ball. Being double teamed. She's got to throw it to somebody. She finds Pagano. And now it's going to be McPhee hustling in. going up. Left hand is good. Falcons down just one. Timeout. Timeout called by Northwest Nazarene. These comebacks may be contagious here between the SPU men and the SPU women. And it's 56-55 with 1:37 to go. Northwest Nazarene using their second to last timeout here. So 56-55. Good as time as any to do a quick game reset here. Each team with one timeout left. 3 fouls for the Falcons as a team in this quarter. 4 on Northwest Nazarene. And nobody really in foul trouble on either side except for Danielle Jardine, who has 4 fouls for Northwest Nazarene. And she's in the game right now. For the Falcons, you have one person with 3 fouls, and that's Shim. But other than that, you got a lot of other people with 2. McPhee has 2 fouls, Haining with 2, Hollander 2, Lee 2, Pagano 2, and that's it. So it comes down to the last minute and 37. As the Falcons try to win their 3rd in a row against Northwest Nazarene. They came in leading the all-time series 31-8. Inbounds pass coming up here. It's Tubbs who will throw it. And that one poked by Haining out of bounds. Couldn't quite take it away, but they'll throw the ball inbounds again with 28 to shoot. Baez will inbound. Baez over to Danielle Jardine. Hands it off Baez. McPhee against her. And now it's Tubbs, left side. Over to Albrecht, top of the circle against Shim. Goes to Baez. Bounces it over to Danielle Jardine against Haining. Throws it up right hand. Good. That's a big basket for Northwest Nazarene. Nighthawks by 3. 58-55. Here's McPhee. Hand off here to Lee. McPhee, Haining had it, but the ball is poked free by Gall, and Gall goes all the way, but she misses with a right hand, and that keeps it a 1-score game. And the Falcons don't need a 3 right this second. They can just go for a 2 if they want. They got 20 to shoot, 50 seconds left on the game clock. They need some points out of this possession, though. Down by 3. McPhee, ball poked from her by Baez, but she gets it back. McPhee careening in, throws it up, somehow made it with the left hand, with 2 defenders nearby. And now Baez with it. Baez almost lost the ball, but she maintains control. McPhee almost poked it free. 8-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Only thing that could really hurt the Falcons at this point would be a 3-point shot that goes in. Baez taking her time. Throws it, tipped by Lee, out of bounds. 16.7 on the game clock, 8 on the shot clock. Falcons have a foul to give, but they don't want to do that because that would obviously make it so that the shot clock would be turned off. They want to make sure that they play some good defense here on this possession and then see what happens. They're going to hope that they just need a 2 or a 3 on the other end. 4 seconds left on the clock. Baez throws it up left hand, no good. McPhee the rebound. Falcons could win it. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, bouncer inside. Kicked out of bounds with 1.6, and it's down to this. Timeout. Timeout on the floor with 1.6 to go, and it's down to this for the Falcons and the Nighthawks. 1 play from the baseline. So the Falcons use their final timeout. They'll draw up a play here. And they'll see what they can come up with. The Falcons in this game, they have just led for 8 minutes, 36 seconds of it. 21.5% of the game to be exact. Northwest Nazarene, by comparison, they've led for 28 minutes, 56 seconds, 72.4% of the game, and yet the Falcons have one shot to win it with 1.6. So you have Lee, Shim, Haining, McPhee, and Pagano on the court for the Falcons. This inbounds pass so important. 5 seconds to inbound it. The Nighthawks have a timeout, so maybe they'll take it here to set something up on the defensive end. Here's Lee. He's got to throw it, and tie up. And it favors NNU. Unbelievable. With .2 on the clock. The Falcons couldn't get the inbounds really in, and that's going to basically end the ball game. And with .2 left, even if the Falcons somehow stole it, they can't take a jump shot with this much time left, unless you're going to put time back on the clock. And that's basically going to end the game. The only way the Falcons could win it would be if they somehow stole the pass instantly from Northwest Nazarene and then they immediately tipped the ball in. Meanwhile, the Nighthawks just have to find somebody to catch this ball. So .2 on the clock. Baez will inbound, and that's the game. Albrecht with the catch to make it official. And that's a tough loss here at the end for the SPU Falcons. They had a chance to win it. They had the ball with 1.6 remaining, an inbound play from the baseline, but it's Northwest Nazarene who wins it 58-57. And they get just their 9th win all time against the Falcons in 40 tries. So the Nighthawks go to 8-2 overall in the year, 4-1 in the GNAC. Falcons now 9-3 on the year, 3-2 in the GNAC. These teams will meet again on February the 3rd in Idaho. 4:15 p.m. start that day. Falcons will play at home on Saturday night against Central Washington. That will be a 7 p.m. tip-off time. So for right now, that will do it here from Royal Brome Pavilion. Until next time, this is Tom Giulianella saying good night, everybody, here from downtown Seattle.